Thief tonight, Falconic.
This is one of the few flags where you're going to get a lot of split reactions. I love the Thief on these flags. You're going to be checking chests in this game mode with these flags. 4 items are going to be loose throughout the world in random chests. So you're going to have to do a little bit of exploring, and what better class to have with you than a Thief in front of your party to reduce ambush and to have a better chance of running.
Falconic likes it. I like it. Force Thief. Looks like our runners has been given the go, and we're off. Magic shops. Both players directly to the white magic shop. Fade, red mage learnable, and white mage learnable slot 3. I like it.
Fade early, that's a great sign.
Reroll. He's re-rolling.
That's a smart move right there as well. Let's see what he picks. Probably going to do 2 red mages, I would imagine. Nope, red and white.
Pro ring available in the armor shop at Canaria. It's only 6,000 gold.
Cheap pro rings, that's a good sign to see. Cabin's not so cheap, but not on the expensive side, I guess. Double fade, though, for Brott. That's an excellent decision to instantly see those spells and reroll.
I like it. I like that move. It only costs Brottster, we'll call it 37, 38 seconds, something like that. Meanwhile, Splitpunched already making a beeline for the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, absolutely. Brott's going to make that time up in 1 to 2 battle. So, fantastic move on his part.
Splitpunched has entered the Temple of Fiends now. He gets attacked by a creep already. Brottster's shortly behind him now, walking around, taking the tiles that don't have encounters. Veteran move here from Brottster. 6,000 gold from Splitpunched in the first chest.
Yeah, money in these early chests go a long, long way. 6,000 gold, that's enough to pick up at least everything from Provoca, barring any kind of expensive armor. But we'll see which direction we're going to be headed.
The Thief is down now for Brottster facing these imps. Meanwhile, Splitpunched initiates the fight with Garland.
I get the feeling with Cast of Fate here, Garland's not going to last too long.
Down goes Garland. Eat this, says Splitpunched. Takes out Garland. I'll see you 2,000 years later. Level 2 for Split now.
We've got both runners choosing to check the chest here in TOF. And early floater, that's a good sign.
Floater from the King of Canaria. How about the canoe from Princess Sarah?
Wow. So, unlike the Swiss flags, where you would often see this and consider it a jet seed, with these Sweet 16 or the Round of 16 flags, it's not often you're going to get a seed where you get floater and canoe that early. This is actually on the more rare side. Yeah,
a lot more interesting, in my opinion. A lot more fun. Falconic, I think I can speak for you on this. I wanted in this round badly. Both of us fell just hits in seconds short of making it. But it's going to be entertaining, and so we certainly like to thank Speed Gaming for having us, and at least we're here calling the match, Falconic.
Yeah, I think I agree. The Sweet 16 flags definitely fall in our wheelhouse, but here we are commentating on a race that already looks like it's going to shape up to be a good one.
Yes, definitely. We're looking at 3 to 4 items that are going to be out in the world. It could be the rod. Could be the tail, not necessarily required, but there's going to be required items out there. The rod, the chime, the cube, something like that our players are going to have to dig out. It's not going to be as straightforward as the Swiss rounds, the 5 weeks of Swiss rounds that produce so many great matches. I think it's just going to get better.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Swiss gets a little bit kind of repetitive, a little bit of just checking incentivized locations. In this match, there's going to be 4 items loose. That doesn't mean all 4 items are going to be required. So it really does incentivize checking random spots.
Splitpunched has done his shopping now. He's making his way west towards the Dwarf Cave. We're going to go ahead and check a time here of when Splitpunched enters the Dwarf Cave versus when Brottster enters the Dwarf Cave. And take a look at, that reroll for Brottster. I think that was a good move. Would you have done that?
Absolutely. You see Fade early, and the best you had at Black Magic was Light 2. No-brainer. Especially that quick. And you already see it. Brott's already made up the time. He's going to hit that Dwarf Cave first.
Yep. It's really close right now. We'll see here. Level 4 for Splitpunched now. Brott making use of that Fade spell.
Yeah, Brott's making use of the Fade spell. Split is actually keeping that Thief alive for now. I don't know if that's intentional or if he just hasn't a chance to dan him, but I like the Thief in these flags. I really do. And
there it is. The game changer.
Whew. Some say it's the best sword in the game, and those people would be right.
They are correct. It is the game changer. It's called the game changer for a reason. The Vorpal has been located early game here now for Brottster. Also Splitpunched. Did he? Is he just checking the?
He did. He got the Vorpal as well. He picked it up in Dwarf Cave.
Meanwhile, Broadster has overcome that quick reroll. He's got his party where he wants it. We're nearing the 5-minute mark now. Both players headed towards Elfland.
Yeah, I would imagine we're probably going to take a quick dip into Elfland, find out what kind of spells and armor we're working with, see if we've got our vendor item, and then it's on to picking up that floater or the airship as quickly as possible.
Other than finding the game changer early, Falconic, I think the biggest story that we've got so far, other than Fade being early and having 2 casters of it, might be Broadster's got the Thief on the ground, Splitpunched has it up, like you just said. That could be a storyline that comes up later in the game.
Yeah, I think so, especially if and when we find the tail. How early does it show up? Are we able to class change, turn that thief into a viable ninja? The thief's a little bit, That ninja's amazing, though. And if we find a katana, even better.
Right, 2 katanas are locatable in the game. We talked about this earlier. You're going to be checking more chests based upon the items that are out there in the world. Better chance to pick up one of those 2 katanas. And don't forget that ninja can learn any spell in Black Magic 1 through 4.
Yep, so keep an eye on what we see here. So we've got Cure 4, Heal 3, Life 2 over on Brott's screen here.
Cure 4 and Heal 3 are both Red Mage learnable. They're also Knight learnable at level 3.
Yeah, you would have liked to have seen that Life 2 Knight learnable. That makes him pretty much unkillable at the end of the game, and he can bring back the entire party, but unfortunately it's the 4th slot.
Splitpunched races ahead. He's got his airship. He's in Crescent Lake. Life 1 available. Red Mage learnable, level 4 White Magic.
Well, at least there's the life there for the Red Mage.
That's important. TNT picked up from Splitpunched. That's the incentivized item in Crescent Lake. Wall is locked to the White Mage.
Quad X and Nuke, level 4 Black Magic. So all of a sudden that ninja's not looking so bad, is it?
Not looking bad at all. 6 gold heal potions are good. You'll want to fill up on that pretty quick. Looks like Splitpunched is going to take a couple levels. Not head directly to Provoca. Burn off a couple Fade charges, maybe? Nope, there we go.
Maybe he was just trying to get a little bit of gold. No, he's going Volcano.
Splitpunched with an interesting move here. Heads directly to the volcano. No access to warp or exit that I know of. Falconic, is that correct?
No, we haven't seen it just yet. But then again, he's got Fade, so maybe this is just an information dive.
Okay. Could be a money thing. Pro rings were available in Canaria Armor Shop. 6,000 gold. Starter pack, potentially. Level 7 now for Split. Yeah, it looks like it was money. It looks like it was money.
Okay, so Split's gonna check out these pirates here. We're gonna find out what Bicky has for us today. More importantly, level 2 spells. Let's see what we got.
Lamp.
Lamp. Okay. Sure. Gear 3, though, that's not a bad level 2 pickup. That'll be some free heals later on.
Broadster in the Crescent Lake area now looking to pick up his TNT. There's the Warp at level 2.
There's Warp.
Very serviceable Ice 2 spell as well to cause some damage.
Yeah, I don't mind a level 2 Ice 2 at all, but if it's going to land where your Warp is, you don't have a Black Mage, you're doing Red Mage. You're going to have to share some of those spellcasts.
Pirate fight for Splitpunched now looking to pick up another incentivized item. Predictions, Falconic?
I'm going to go with today, I think the Crown. Let's say Crown.
The Crown, that would be more interesting than my prediction, the Rod.
Well, Vicky has been known to give a rod a time or two. I don't know if we can say that. It's the bottle.
We're both wrong. It is the bottle. The leader of Team Vorpal, the Game Changers, has joined us, Zardia. He probably would have known that was the bottle more than likely. That's why he's our leader.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Zar knows all. He's also a very, very mean individual that rolls some nasty seeds from time to time, but we're not
that again. 34k gold bracelets are in Provoca. So both of those items, for rings and gold bracelets, you always want to have that information, how much they are and where they're located.
So that's a little pricey early game, but later on when you're rolling the money, it's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. Where did I see those? Have I found anything better yet?
Splitpunched does head back towards the volcano. He's got Warp in hand, so I can only think this is a money play, get out of here potentially as well. We've got the TNT, so that could be turned in. You're kind of near the Dwarf Cave. That's an option.
It definitely is. Having the airship here is going to open up a lot of route divergence. Who's going to just go immediately and start turning in key items, and who's going to pick up the caves and kind of dive where they're close to already?
Brott following a similar path here now. Very close, very even. No sign of Brack or Bane. Split Punch is a big fan of those spells, as I am myself.
Mm-hmm. Mux with Exfer.
Mux with a spell list here.
I wonder what else they have.
We're not going to find out because Split Punch uses that level 1 fade to mow him down.
Alright, so we are closing in on an armory check here. Perilous are going to put a little halt to that, and we'll find out in a second.
Broadster continues to have the Thief on the ground. Split Punch continues to have the Thief upright. Level 9 for Split now.
Level 9 with all 4 Light Warriors, that's not bad. Not at all.
10.5 minutes into the game, level 9, very strong. Bane! The Bane Sword has been located along with 10,000 gold.
It's a nice little chunk of change for sure. Let's see if he starts putting that Bane Sword to work. Early level, early game, that can actually do a lot of damage.
Absolutely, it can. Remember, Broadster is 1-0 here. It's a best-of-3 match. Brott took the first one. Should Split Punch win this match, Volcanic, a little birdie told me that they may have the rubber match potentially even tonight.
It's possible. We'll see how quickly this one goes. I know that they both discussed whether or not they wanted to go back-to-back with these.
Split Punch making his way. He is going to clear Volcano B2 now. Taking the trap tile fight. Broadster's going to go ahead and move the other way now. He heads to Sarda for the incentivized item.
Hitting up those key locations like we talked about, and here's the divergence.
Sarda has the Chime. Now, changes in the round of 16. We discussed those earlier. There's going to be some loose items potentially. Also, the Titan's Tunnel. Notice Broadster did not go to the Titan's Tunnel for those 4 free chests because it's blocked. We are Ruby required.
And Ruby could be one of those 4 items that you find somewhere along the way throughout the world. And it's, at the end of the day, it is only 4 chests, but you never know. One of the key items could be behind a key item, the Ruby. So TNT gives us the rod here from Dwarf Cave.
Earth Cave is potentially on the table now. With that Chime, the Mirage Tower, the first 2 floors are a potential option. Good density and bulk chests there in a game that is designed to have loose items. Could be an option for Broadster here.
Especially having 2 levels or 2 casters of Fade. Not only is that a good option, that's a great place to pick up some early levels.
It is. Exit. Exit is available in the 4th slot, level 5 magic. That's going to be White Mage and White Wizard exclusive. Where to now if you're Broadster?
If I'm Brott, you got your bottle. I think at this point you've got your ship. Let's find out what the bottle turns into because it could lead towards more chain. Okay.
And Broadster heads directly to Gaia.
There you go.
He's going to turn in that bottle. I like it.
So Split wrapping up his tour of Volcano Floor 2. He's going to exit out of there. He's done his check. He's got his items.
Split Punch heading to Elflin now, I would think. Take a look at some level 3 and level 4 magic. Fill that out. He's got the money now.
All right, we're going to get a check from Brott here in the vendor. So we have yet to see our vendor item yet. On-rack?
Caravan. On-rack? Caravan?
One of those 2. Speaking of, did you catch Nitz and what he's pushed out to Alpha? I think now's the time maybe we could start talking about some potential future changes to FFR.
Broadster turns in his bottle, gets the Mystic Key. Falconic, you have news. Please.
Potential news. We had one of our developers digging into some code last night, and he was able to not only find, but fix on the Alpha, and we're testing it still, buy 10 option at the Oasis. Up until now, it's only been buy 1.
Really? That's a new... I did not know that one. Very nicely done. Broadster making quick use of that Mystic Key. He digs out the Excalibur that is not incentivized. That's just loose. It's always going to be loose in the round of 16 here. He also gets 10,000 gold.
So money and the second best sword in the game. Some would say 3rd best, and those people would be smart, like we said earlier.
Level 4 black magic. Quadex. and nuke. I've got to think that Split Punch likes to see that, especially since he's had the Thief up the entire time.
Yeah, if anyone knows how to make use of instant death spells, Split Punched is that person, so he would love to see that.
Question from Freako in chat. The caravan is absolutely a thing. It's an item shop. But the white, as the Brottster picks up the white shirt and a pile of money, the item, though, is shuffled. There is a vendor item. It could be in any shop, whether it's on rack, Crescent Lake, it could be a floater in Canary, a lot of different things, but it will be always a shop.
Mm-hmm. So not only do we get the white shirt, we also got the Sun Sword, and that's important because it is equipable by the warrior. All right, we're going to turn in this TNT on Brott's side, find out. Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he does have the key.
Key lock chest. He does already have the rod, so he has to double dip here. See what he digs out. Looking for a ribbon here, potentially. Maybe.
Literally on cue. Look at that.
I was going to say Power Gauntlet as well, so I won't say that. First ribbon has been picked up by Brottster. It's key locked in the Dwarf Cave.
All right, so that decision to take that bottle and head over to Gaia was a smart one on his plate. He's got the ability now to start opening up a lot of chests.
Split Punched has decided to go towards the Ice Cave now. Access to Warp from level 2. Does he make a gamble here, take the incentivization and move on? Maybe check some chests? Or do you check them all? We're going to find out.
I think you definitely check them all because you never know which 4 chests in the world here. But here you're starting to see Brott, I think might be, and could be wrong, I think Brott's showing a little bit more preparedness for these flags. He didn't go straight towards the incentivized locations like you would have seen in the Swiss flags. He went and started chasing some of those quest chains down, and it paid off with a key, the white shirt, Sun Sword. He's already got the first ribbon, paying off in spades.
He sold a lot of his equipment. Here comes the Pro Rings now. We talked about this right in the beginning. Notice that. Brottster picks up a whole bunch of Pro Rings to protect his party. Pro Rings protect against Squint, Toxic, other things as well as they're equipable by any light warrior, and they add 8 absorb to your defense.
Especially when you haven't found too much armor for any of your characters. Just the 8 alone is worth it, but on top of that, the resistance to death spells. Oh yeah, gimme.
Well, Bloodworth, my partner in crime, Team Illumini, one half of that. Welcome to the chat room, as Split Punch has gone ahead, used the warp trick. He's picked up the canal. It's not very useful right now.
No, you gotta think that he's really hoping to find something in a loose chest here, otherwise this is a gigantic waste of time.
A bust, potentially.
So we got Brott, looks like he's back over in Volcano. Looks like he's gonna be cleaning up that second floor. Pro Cape find on split side. That's not too bad. Again, just like the Pro Ring, adds that extra absorb.
Yeah, I think it's 8 absorb. I'm not sure. It's a shield. It's the only shield that your mages can equip, and there's 2 that are findable within the game.
The FFR version of Captain America shield. You wear it on your back.
Cyclone GU, our restreamer tonight, here on Speed Gaming for this great matchup of 2 really, really good veteran players. And our tracker tonight, Tyrannex, my buddy, our buddy. Potentially joining Team Vorpal, I heard, Falconic, maybe.
Well, if he's smart, he will. There's the Zeus Gauntlet over there on split side, so there's a castable item. But yeah, Tyrannex, he'll come around.
He'll come around. Team Illuminati, there you go, Will Bloodworth. Less than 20 minutes into this seed now, we are off and running. Both players so far showing you why they made it to the round of 16 in the 16 bracket, going head-to-head here.
And look at that on Split Punch side. We talked about it. There are 2 loose katanas. He just found one of them.
Keeping that thief upright, making his decision even more important. Katana. No location to the tail yet. Brottster has picked up, if I'm not mistaken, the Excalibur.
Brott, I believe, does have the Excalibur.
Okay.
It's not equipable yet, again, until we find that tail, but...
Both players have the Vorpal Sword, again, not equipable. You gotta be a big boy to use the game changer.
Yeah, it takes 2 hands for sure.
Oh yeah.
It looks like we had an opal armor sighting as well. Again, great armor, but you have to class change to use it.
Brottster picks up his Bane Sword. Nothing too terrible that we've seen so far. I haven't seen any, Blaze, Thunder, any really bad unrunnable enemy formations to make note of yet.
And not yet, but keep in mind this is a cyclone seed, so it's
Oh
coming.
yeah,
Somewhere it's coming.
it is.
There's our slab. All right, so it's not a wasted trip.
Mhm.
Potentially not a wasted trip. Then again, we could translate that slab, head over to Lafine, and find out that we're getting what? Maybe a house? Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
What was Opal Bracelet has been picked up for Broster now. Felt kind of what is that thunder? Uh-oh.
Thunder from the eye.
Oh! Splitpunch is in trouble here. He already checked this, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So I think he might have been trying to get some free XP and quickly found out, nah, not here.
The Eye not having it today here tonight on Speed Gaming. Cyclone GU says, Split Punched. The Eye with Thunder devastates Split Punch Party. He's down to one warrior. He's got to get out of here. He's got that slab.
Did I also see a defense sword on Split side? I didn't catch where he picked that up at.
I thought that was... I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Right now he's struggling. Is he... He's just poisoned, it looks like. I don't think he's stunned.
He's poisoned, and he had the foresight to go ahead and throw the Zeus Gauntlet on that fighter so he can take out these AoE fights.
That's right. Veteran move here from Split Punched. He rearranged his armor. Got the Zeus Gauntlet on there, an AoE attack, potentially for wizards, something like that. He's down. He's nearing 100 HP now, Falconic. Look out.
Yeah, I think he accidentally used the Bane Sword, which I don't think is going to work on these undead here, so one more Zeus should get it taken care of, though. There's the defense sword. Okay.
Defense sword picked up by Broster now. Split Punch, plenty of heal potions. That's not going to be an issue, but he has got to get out of here. Pivotal time early in this game here. It's on Split Punch screen. One light warrior. He's got to get out of this ice cave.
Yeah, you really hope he makes it out of here alive. If he doesn't, not to curse him, but if he doesn't, he knows exactly which chest has a slab and which ones have junk item.
Split Punch prepared for this fight with the wizards now. He's got the Zeus Gauntlet. Wizards do not resist the lightning. It'll probably take 2 rounds of that to take him out, though.
Well, if you're going to have one person alive, you'd want it to be the warrior with 300 plus health already. I think he's got it.
2 rounds. Looks like a 3rd round took out the final wizard. Meanwhile, Broadster's down to 2 light warriors now, and one of them's paralyzed.
He does have Fade, though, so he'll get out of here. And get some levels, too.
Super Red Jack joining us in the chat. Always a pleasure to have you. A question from Blue Steel Wheels. As Split Punch gets out of the ice cave, what is incentivized? Falconic, an important, a quest, a certainly most often progression item required for the end game, or a very important one located in a specific spot that you must dig out? Would that be a fair way to say it?
Yeah, there are essentially 21 key items that on any given seed could equal progression for you. In this round of flags, you're going to have 4 in loose chests. You're going to have 2 in incentivized locations. It's the same as Swiss. It's going to be the Ice Cave, and it's going to be the Ordeals, Castle Ordeals. Split Punch doing a little bit of work there on Sarda's Cave with the airship.
Split Punch going to go ahead and he's going to pick up his chime now from Sarda. Meanwhile, Broadster delving deeper into the Gurgu volcano.
Yeah, with double Fade and the Sun Sword, he might be feeling a little bit confident that perhaps Carrie's not so scary.
2 blasts of nuke, I believe he's got as well. Level 4 magic. Split Punch heads to Melmon. Gonna try to translate his slab, doing a little bit of shopping as well.
I didn't catch if anyone picked up Confuse at level 1. That's a fantastic play on Carry 1 as well.
Bane has been located. Level 5 black magic. Split Punch immediately wants that, but it is in the 3rd slot. Black wizard locked, red wizard locked.
There's Bridge, so that's 2 items now we found in chest. There's Bridge, we found slab earlier. So for those of you keeping notes, like we said, there's going to be 4 items loose. He's already found 2 of them. Maybe they're relevant, maybe they're not, but as soon as he finds all 4, it's at that point, do you have the key? Do you have the loot? Do you have the gear? Do you feel comfortable? If so, it's go time.
Split Punch turns in his TNT. He picks up his rod. He does not have the Mystic Key. He has not turned in his bottle yet. Broadster continuing to dig deeper into the Gurgu volcano. He's picked up a gold bracelet for his troubles.
I get the feeling Brott's going to do the carry play here. I don't think he's going to back himself up.
Split Punch got out of the ice cave with the slab, right?
Split did get out, I believe.
Yeah.
Brott has not done ice cave. He potentially might need to, but no, Brott does not have that yet.
Split Punch headed to the Cardia Islands now. Brottster taking up the Agama. Agama absolutely blasts his thief. Halfway to Tupelo.
Maybe even more than that.
Maybe.
How do you feel about Split Punch diving the Cardia Isles without the tail? That means if he finds, he'll have to double dip.
You know what? I think it's a similar play to what Brottster did earlier. He's gathering some things, some armor, a little bit of weapons, getting some knowledge. I would think that it's a safe assumption that your opponent is going to make this dive. Was that the Power Gauntlet?
That was the Power Gauntlet.
Power Gauntlet located now for Split Punch. That's why you dive the Cardia Island spell. Got it. But I always assume that my opponent's going to hit these, and I wouldn't want them to have something like the Power Gauntlet right here that I don't have.
And again, I think this just goes to show that these flags have a little bit more flexibility than the Swiss did. Typically, you wouldn't have found any of the runners going somewhere where they potentially have to double dip. It was such a strict play-by-play. You had to make the right moves. You couldn't waste time. This flag set, it encourages exploration.
Brottster heading over to the Red Dragon chest. Do you have an opinion on why he might be doing this?
Well, for one, he's got the spells to take out that Agama. The Agama's going to give XP. But for two, like we said earlier, until you find 4 loose chests, you're on the hunt.
Yes.
You do not want to come back here.
Notice the Thief is standing on Brottster's side now. Level 6 on the Thief for Brottster. Also, the Trap Tiles. Good experience here. Brottster knows what's going on with the Thief. I think he wants to resurrect him and get him back in the game.
Yeah, I think so. I thought Split might have a little bit more of an advantage here, especially with the early tail, but Brott looks like he's going to pick up a couple levels. I think the spell selection we saw for the first 4 levels was enough for me to decide I would keep the Thief here, but...
Yes, I agree. Nuke at level 4. Oh, fantastic.
Quad X. Ooh.
There goes the Thief.
Well, you pick him up, we'll knock him down. We'll just continue doing this.
Fire 2 from the Sabertooth now. Annoying Split Punch. Fire 2 takes out the White Mage here now. But life is available. It was level 4 in Elfland. He has it on the Red Mage.
Still, here we got the carry fight here, so Brott does make the decision to go ahead and pull the carry. And that's, when you've got 2 Cast of Fade, you've got a Sun Sword, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And there you go. Carry taken out. Brott lights his first orb at the 27-minute, 45 second mark.
Pretty impressive, Falconic. I mean, these guys are, again, they're showing us why they're this far. Split Punch 4-1. Brottster 3-2. Finished second in the play-in race. Very impressive.
Yeah, Brott's one of the most, I feel, underrated people in here. He may have taken a little bit of time off and kind of fell off a lot of people's minds. He's here to play, for sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Split Punched starting to dig into Castle Ordeals now in the Shuffled Pillar Maze. Brottster heading to the Ice Cave. The most important thing here is a loose chest. He must potentially pick up the required potential slab.
So it's not a bad play here on Split side. What he's doing is he's combining last week's seeds with Swiss with this week's. He's checking chests along the way, but he's also prioritizing the incentivized locations because who knows? They could be in both places. Maybe you go to clear out Ordeals and in one of the chests find one of your loose items. It's a great play.
No black belt in either player's party. The tail could be on his mind to try to get that katana equipped, get that nuke into his thief as well.
Ooh,
that might be what he's looking for.
Back to the start, but Warp makes that not a problem. All right, so Brott, I can only imagine he's going to do a full clear here. He's going to find his slab in ice.
Nightmare Pony. Split Punch gets a wave that picks up on Light Axe. Good little, I like that. I like the Light Axe, you know, can be used.
Yeah, not bad. I'm sure he would have wanted that a little bit earlier when he was going through the ice cave, but...
Yeah. Fade from Broadster, thinning out this undead Wraith pack. A lot of money being found for Split Punch now. Level 8 for the Thief on Broadster now. He did bring him back up. Mancat's casting something. I don't know what that is.
Is that damage toxin? What?
I don't know what.
For him?
Damage poison?
Yeah, it's got to be damage poison.
Okay. Was that the Mancats?
Mancats look like they had damage poison there on Split side. A little hard to tell. He does have those sprites, but
right. Okay. It looks like that. Those there they are again. Let's see if he get any action here. No, it looks like that's their first skill. It is a skill, and they might like to use that. Falconic. That could be very important, especially coming up later in the Floating Fortress.
Oh, well, I mean, it's no problem. It's not like Mancats travel in packs, though, right?
He's done. He's out of here.
No, I'll come back later.
I learned from our good broadcast colleague, development team member, playtester Rainbow Poogle. That's called noping out.
Noping out, indeed. Yeah, he saw enough, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully he's got a good memory and he remembers the pillars that he took because he did make it to the second floor.
Right.
But yes, he noped out pretty quickly.
Cyclone G, you are restreamer. He made this stream. Tyrannex on the tracking. Team Vorpal, the game changers. Wookleosis here. Falconic FF, he's the enforcer. Speed Gaming, thank you for bringing us into your homes this evening for this great matchup. The first quip that we've seen, I guess you could say, has been from Split Punched. He went to Castle Ordeals and had a little bit of a tough time. We've got weapons, we've got spells, and these guys are really going at it.
Yeah, I think the best is yet to come with this race here. Split's about to pick up his key. We're going to see how his routing kind of comes into play. I think Brott did a fantastic job. He got the key, opened some chests, got a ribbon.
Yes. We're nearing the 32-minute mark now. Broadster's honing in on a loose chest that contains the slab here in the ice cave. Split Punch is going to turn in his bottle. He's going to get his mystic key. For a quick review, Pro Rings are for sale in Canaria, 6,000 gold. 34k gold bracelets are in Provoca. The king handed over the floater. Princess Sarah, she was rescued from Garland. She gave us the canoe. The Circle of Sages handed us the TNT. Turning in that TNT gave us the rod.
Rod, correct.
Vicky was defeated in this gang of pirates. He gave us the bottle. Sarda, in Sarda's cave, gave us the chime. The bottle turned into Gaia, gave us the mystic key. We just saw that from Split Punched. He's now headed to, with his translated slab towards Lefane, and we're going to see what's in there. The slab is located in ice. The bridge was somewhere in the chest.
Bridge, I believe we saw in Volcano.
Okay.
I think it was Volcano, 3rd floor, top left, if I have my notes correct.
The Eye has thunder. The Eye wrecked Split Punch, but he was able to get out. Broadster's just found that out. He's going to get the heck out of here.
So we're going to find out real quick if this is going to be one of those key items, the slab that we picked up in ice. Is this going to be
tail
required?
Tail? Let's find out.
We'll find out. Crystal.
The crystal.
And that's the danger of these flags, though. You can find an item that leads to an item that leads to an item that leads to a piece of junk.
Yeah, it could be the canal. It could be the bridge. I mean, finding that bridge in a loose chest is... I don't know if it's good or bad.
We'll find out. I would imagine he's probably going to make a beeline straight towards Matoya's cave and find out what that crystal gives.
I gotta think the tail is on Split Punch mind right here. Got the katana. He wants those spells. He's nearing level 15 to get charges.
You can almost read Brott's mind here. I think he had every intention on danning that thief, and then as he's played it, he brought that thief back up. Maybe on his mind, he's thinking, what if I get that tail? If I get that tail, like I have the katana now, maybe I keep him alive, and here he is, standing.
Power Gauntlet located for Split Punch. It was in the Cardia Islands. White shirt located for Broadster. Not sure where that was. The ribbon was keylocked in the Dwarf Cave.
Ribbon was keylocked in Dwarf Cave. We had Power Gauntlet in Cardia. Sun Sword we picked up in Canaria as well, along with that white shirt. So good early weapon for him.
Vorpal was the first weapon found in the 2 chests in the Dwarf Cave as well. Good early pickup of that for the late game. Broadster has entered the Castle of Ordeals now. He uses the warp trick. Meanwhile, Split Punch picks up the cube in a loose chest. That's 3 now.
Yeah, that would be... Actually, and there's the tail. So there's the tail that Split was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's... Where did we get Canal from? Was that loose chest?
Ice. The incentivized ice cave chest was the canal.
Interesting. So that doesn't count for the 4 loose. So we're still looking for 1 more loose item.
I believe so.
Yeah,
the cube location that's big for Split Punch. Now, Broadster is in Castle Ordeals. Split Punch had to get out of here after 2 failed attempts from Mancats with what we believe is damage poison, and they like to use it.
We're going to find out real quick if Brott has the idea to go ahead and back out of here as well. Maybe he doesn't even see it.
Especially, this is about where Split Punch was, especially if they're on the same encounter table.
We'll find out here shortly. And again, you mentioned that the damage poison, that's a skill, so they would have to lead off with the skill. If they just lead off with potentially a spell or with melee, he may never see it.
He may never see it, and that could potentially, if he doesn't see it, but Broster's honing in. No trouble for Brott here. Oh, do you reset here? You can get nothing.
Yeah, no, you didn't take any levels along the way. Maybe he does a little bit of a zombie D grind. He doesn't know that Mancats are a little deadly here. I would hate to step off that zombie D tile and see some Mancats.
Oh, I would hate that, especially if he takes a couple things. Let's see. He is going to take a couple fights, Falconic. He gets a chance to strike first. He does not know the potential danger that he could be in right now with them Mancats in here.
Yeah, this could be unfortunate. He may very well pick up a couple levels, take 1 accidental step, and find out that damage poison is going to wipe that party.
Could get ambushed. He also, if he gets out of here, which we would think he probably does, he will not have that information for when those enemies come up later in the floating fortress, and he does get out of here.
All right, so Brott, knowing now that it's a ship, I agree. I think I would have reset out of there. Split, he had kind of made his way all the way there. If he makes his way back, if he doubles back, he's going to be angry to find that ship in that ship.
Split Punched is class promoted now. He's picking up spells. Heal 3 and Cure 4 at level 3 for the night. Life 2 is there too, but it's locked. Satisfied, Falconic?
Yeah. Cure 4. Yeah. I'm happy with Cure 4 on a night. Life 2, that could be a game saver to be able to pick people up after death. But you put a single night against Chaos with Cure 4, yeah, I like my odds.
Nuke and Quad X picked up for the Ninja now. Split Punch showing his experience. Taking up the Keylog chest in Elfland Castle now, doing this all in one swoop. He'll essentially almost never have to come back here. He picks up his Excalibur now. The rich get richer.
He does, and I wonder if he's going to put that Vorpal down into some use here.
Could. I think that's a good idea.
He didn't. Looks like he instead chose to equip the Ice Sword. Not a fan.
Does Split Punch head to the Dwarf Cave now? I can only think that he will, shortly after Northwest Castle. He'll get his first ribbon if he goes there.
Yeah, I don't think we saw Brott check Northwest Castle. If we did, I missed it, so we'll find out what's in these 3 chests here.
The white shirt that was located by Broadster could be found as well. That is in key-locked Canaria Castle. That's...
Ribbon. Second ribbon. He's about to have 2 ribbons back-to-back, and that's not a chest that Brott checked, so Brott was steps away from having a second ribbon.
I did this in my match a couple weeks ago, Falconic. I did not go there against the champion, against Tristel. He checked it. He got it. I did not. It just tells me, check them. They're quick, you know.
It does, but I think we've learned from a few of your matches that the second you forget something, you get an automatic win.
I don't know what you're talking about. Falconic FF the Enforcer of Team Game Changer, reminding the smooth talker of Team Game Changer of his mistakes, and it happens all the time. Split Punch is going to pick up his second ribbon now if he heads to Canaria Castle, add the white shirt to his arsenal.
White shirt, and the fact that he put the ice on that red mage, or the red wizard now, tells me that he's also going to slide that sun sword over. He's not going to equip the Vorpal.
I believe so. Broadster, parking now, headed towards the Waterfoam and On-Rack. I can only think that a vendor item is located here in On-Rack. Did
I miss a caravan check, or did he?
We both did. He did check it.
Okay. We'll find out here in a second. I don't see anything new on that tracker, so we'll find out if he checks this item. It's got
Ruby? Ruby?
Adamant. Adamant for 33k.
Wow. Okay.
That's in on-rack. All right, so here's one of those situations we've been talking all game. You get a key item, it makes sense to go and check out what it gives. In this situation, don't. I would check out the waterfall, check out on rack. You're here. You do not want to do this double back.
Look at the menuing for Brottster. Very impressive. The two best menuers that I've observed are the champion, Tristal MTG, and High Spirits, the Dragon Warrior champion. Brottster showing me that he's in that league, and that's very, very impressive.
Stone Touch. Was that from the Gators?
Believe so.
Yeah, High Spirits, one of the absolute best at menuing I think I've ever seen.
Question from Katarani. Could Adamant get progression? Adamant could yield the ruby. Could yield something called the loot.
Loot is required, so... Then again, I don't believe, unless I'm just off on my notes, I don't think we found our fourth loose item. We could potentially have an EA move here on FFR and find a loot box.
Very well could be, yes. Notice on our tracker for both players, the bottle is not filled up. The bottle has been turned in by both players. It gave them the Mystic Key, so that's been taken care of. So that is not on the list. The most important thing on the list right now, by far, is the required loot. Once that loot pops up, it could be right here in the waterfall, could be when you turn the Adamant. I think it's going to be one of those two. Then might be time to make a move.
Yeah, I think so. Brott's looking good with one ribbon. Split's looking a little bit better with two ribbons, though.
Well, we have a quick moment here as Brottster's going to take a great fight here from the Wizard Mummies and the Mummies. We just talked about High Spirits. He's the number 16 seed in the tournament here. Out of 16, he's taking on the number 1 seed. The gentleman's name is Minochi85. We call him the Buzzsaw, and we call him the Buzzsaw for a reason. He is absolutely amazing. High Spirit's not going to have any of it. Game 1, Match 1 tomorrow, right here on Speed Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there.
That's going to be a fantastic race. You talk about how fast High Spirits is at menuing. That's how fast Minochi is at clearing the entire game.
He
that guy
is.
Will burn through some stuff.
Level 15 for Brottster. Now he gets the ruby. See? Okay. So Brottster's been to the waterfall to get the ruby. He's gotten through ordeals and picked up the ship. I shouldn't have gone there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things, though. We still, to his credit, let's see what happens with this ruby. If he turns it in at all, there's a chance that our fourth loose item's within 4 chests, but man, those chances are small.
They are slim. Falconic, do you head directly and turn in that Adamant right now?
I do. I would tie in the Adamant and the ruby check right now. Looks like. Has he not translated Slab yet?
He has not. I hope he turns in the Adamant before that, because turning in, talking to the Fin after translating the Slab gave you the Crystal. And the Crystal gave the tail. He's going to want that. He's going to want his Ninja.
Yep. Well, here's the Adamant turn in. We'll find out what that gives us. The herb. So we're going to be talking to a prince here soon.
Split Punch has returned to the Gogu Volcano. Now he finds his bridge. He is observative enough, definitely, to understand that that is another progression item, and he found one in the chest. Meanwhile, Brottster makes a beeline directly to Elfland Castle, wakes up the prince for the millionth time. He gets the Oxyale.
Here's Oxyale. All right, so now that opens up another play. He was just over the waterfall. He was near Onrak. He couldn't do it. Now he can.
What a match here. Different directions, different ways, different weapons. It's going to converge eventually. One small point. 3 chests, key locked in Northwest Castle, held a ribbon. Split Punched has it. Brottster does not.
Yeah, I don't know if Brott just intentionally decided 4 chests in Titan's Trove weren't worth it, or if he just didn't route it well. He was in the area, he turned in the Adamant, didn't check it. Get out of the way. Brott says, move. I'm ready to turn this in. I want to see what I get. He gets his crystal. We know that's going to convert over to the tail, and I bet you he makes a beeline to Bahamut.
Oh, yeah. Split Punch taking on the Agamas now. Level 13, 14 for his Light Warriors. Brottster making good use of the encounter table here. He doesn't want any fights. Look at him. Pausing, tenting, resetting. It seems like 10 seconds ago he was in the fin. This is how you do it. This is how he gets to the round of 16. His experience. They make it look so easy, but execution, it's impressive how these guys both do it.
It's definitely a time save for sure. That's one of the areas that you often find people won't use that because the fights there are it's a pop grind the entire way to Lefane. It's a good way to get an extra level or two along the way. He just wanted to go though.
Brottster picks up his cube. He's got to be happy to see that. 45 minutes now into this match. Really, the only thing that we're missing, the most important thing that we're missing, is the loot.
It is, and as we start to turn in these key items and they lead to quest chains that lead to other things and we haven't seen it yet, we are still missing our 4th loose chest. How much you want to bet it's a loot box?
Loot box? Loot box. Could be.
Alright, Split making his way. He's going to take on Carrie. We know Brott actually killed Carrie, got his first orb lit at the 27-minute, 45-second mark. Here we are, 45 minutes. Almost 20 minutes away, about an 18-minute difference between the two.
Falconic, have we seen the crown?
We have not seen the crown. That could also be the item that's out there loose.
Ooh. Meanwhile, Brottster enters the Mirage Tower now.
Alright, vampire fight again. We talked about this earlier, maybe with the Fey charges he has, maybe as soon as you got that chime, he'd make a play here to get some levels. I'm sure he'll take the levels any way he gets them. There he goes, putting that katana over there on the ninja. Now he's got the sun sword on the red mage. He's looking good. Let's see what Split's doing here. Is he going to go to the waterfall? Alright, we have the Oasis check here. Doesn't see the vendor item. We know that's over in OnRack. It's going to be the adamant for 33k. Split should have plenty of money here. Brott in the meantime is over here checking the first floor Mirage. He's got a Chimera fight. Very, very good XP. We'll see what kind of items we got in the box.
No sign of the Mazmoon yet, but the Vorpal and Excalibur have both been located for both players.
There's the Aegis Shield as well, so already the first floor Mirage paying out. So we've got Sun Sword, we've got Excal, we've got Vorpal. Mass is really the only thing left on the list. That plus Ribbon Armor and maybe another Ribbon. Or Ribbon Armor, Dragon Armor.
Trying to see if Brottster has the Power Gauntlet. It was very accessible in the Cardia Islands. He may be waiting to pick up his tail to do that check like you talked about, maybe?
I believe we did see Brott pick up that gauntlet, or at least it looks like it in the tracker. But yeah, he did do the full clear of the Cardia Isles. I'm pretty sure he has it yet.
Okay.
Alright, Split's making his way up to the waterfall. We know that the robot's going to give him the ruby, but we don't know what the ruby unlocks just yet.
Brottster does not have the information if he continues to go north in the floating fortress about the Mancats.
He doesn't. It's not a bad play. He does have the cube. I would imagine he's going to be making his full clear, but sooner or later he's going to run into it and find out damage poison is not too friendly.
Question from chat from Ali Gerbrap, one of our great trackers and commentator, wonderful player as well. The herb. We woke up the prince for the millionth time, and he handed over the Oxio.
That he did. Low-Teak in chat, thank you very, very much for subscribing 3 months in a row to Speed Gaming. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Splitpunched has entered the waterfall now. The waterfall's the...
Waterfall gives the ruby from the robot.
Okay, the ruby. Do you turn in that ruby maybe when you're going to do the Earth Cave? Do you take that time for those 4 chests? Depending on your progression at the time? Because the loot could be in there, I guess.
Yeah, it's... The way I approach these flags is until I found that 4th loose item, I'm checking. Now, we did see Splitpunched. He was in the area, turning the adamant. He was there to translate the slab. He possibly could have routed it in. Maybe he's going to wait until he's doing the Earth Cave, like you mentioned.
Okay, could be Dragon Armor.
All right, so at this point, he's got everything he needs. We've got wall at level 4. He's got the ribbon. If he remembers to check northwest, that's going to be another ribbon for him. Aegis Shield, Dragon Armor, Power Gauntlet. He's set.
Yeah. Vorpal, defense.
Check him off the list. Anything you could possibly want, he's got it. Maybe another ribbon somewhere out there. Mm-hmm. At this point, as soon as we see that loot, I get the feeling Brott's going to start running.
That's right. At this point, I mean, we just talked about it just now, Falconic. With that gear, are you making a beeline for Tiamat here? Or maybe get that done, take her out, and skip some of this, even with Warp coming up in the Floating Fortress?
No. Just because I don't like to double back. I'm here, I'm doing all the chests, and then after I do the full clear of Sky Fortress, if I'm looking good with my heal potions and my party, then I make the move. If I'm not, I'm out.
We're at the 50-minute mark now. We believe that the crown is floating out there somewhere. Potentially turning in that crown to Astos could give us that loot.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the way it's going to work out for us. I think we're going to find the crown loose, and the crown's going to give the loot from Astos. And that will knock out their 4 loose items. And then at that point, it's, do you have the loot? Do you have the key? Do you have the gear? Go.
Brottster's the only one at this point with the Oxyale option. Both players with an orb lit. Split punched a little bit after Brottster, but they're even on the orb count right now.
Okay, so let's play the what if game. What if they clear out all of Sky, they take out Tiamat, they still haven't found the crown yet. You're probably going to make your play if you're split punched over to Onrak. Yeah. You're going left, or are you going to go right?
When you're looking for one item, I always head toward the Fiend of Water, Kraken, initially. Hope to pick up that item along the way, especially given the gear that you've already found in this situation. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we were hurting for some of the gear that we've already found, if it hadn't shown up yet, maybe I'm going Mermaids. But I think with just one loose item left, yeah, I'm going Kraken. And this is another room here. You can call it the asterisk room, you can call it the spider room, you can call it whatever you want. This is not a fun one to check, but in these flags, better.
Split Punch bypassed the ruby and... Okay, he's turning in the adamant. He bypassed the earth cave and turning in the ruby. The required ruby now in Titan Tele here. There it is. End game weapon. The versatile Mazmoon has been located for Brottster. Once again, the rich get richer.
You've only got the Mazmoon, you've got the X-Kyle, you've got the Vorpal, you've got the Sun, the defense, the ice. I'm not happy until I find the Saber, honestly.
The biggest wild card now is the crown. We have yet to check most of the floating fortress. We have yet to enter the sea shrine. Marsh Cave is potentially on the table. There's all of Earth Cave. Whoa.
Wouldn't it be something for these guys to full clear the entire game and then at the very last second realize, oh, I've got to make a marsh dive?
You know what could happen, Falconic? Potentially. If he doesn't find the crown around here, Brottster, he'll probably, I would think, head to Sea Shrine. If he doesn't find it there, that could drive him back to Northwest Castle and the 3 lock chests, and he could get that second ribbon that he skipped.
You know, I think he would probably enjoy that very, very much. He wouldn't get the crown at that location, but finding that second ribbon, that's a nice consolation prize. Ochos have Thunder. Split Punch just found that out the hard way.
Eyes have Thunder. Brottster's aware of this. He is on the floor with eyes now. A couple eyes here in the floating castle. Floating fortress, excuse me. Ochos have Thunder now. That could pop up on a third enemy.
Ooh, you're thinking Medusa script.
I am. Very well could be. Level 18 for Brottster now as Split Punch starts to hone in with his Oxyale towards the Sea Shrine.
Yeah, Split's nearing those endgame levels, so second he gets his items, I think he's in go mode, and I mean straight go mode. Alright, so just a bunch of money in the right side there. Not what you want to find, but... Okay.
Brottster pausing on the mana course. He wants this fight badly, but he wants to move on instead. He's Gonna check the spider room now.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. He's doing what a lot of people do. You check the floor after this, and if it shows up there, you don't have to come back here. But if you get nothing, then you make this play. Thorhammer's not a bad. Chat pointing out that Chimera's had thunder, so it looks like we do have thunder on 3 enemies.
There's the eye with that thunder now. Meanwhile, Split Punched heading towards the ladies. Rainbow Poogle, where are you?
A little uncharacteristic of Split there, checking rooms that I know he knows have no chest, so maybe he's feeling a little bit of the pressure. 1 orb, 55 minutes.
We have not seen a lot of these enemies now that Split Punch is about to run into. Gray Sharks. Obviously the unrunnable Wizard Sahags. Ghosts. They can cause a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, ghosts, hardest hitting enemies in the game. Unfortunately, for them, they can only hit once.
Question from Mage in chat. How many tasty tyros have been eaten? I don't think we've seen any.
No, I don't believe we have, and I'm pretty sure that both of these guys take those fights. There's those ghosts you were talking about on Split side.
Right. Man-cats for Broadster. He still does not know about them. He gets initiative, fires off a fade, and tears them apart.
It's one way to save yourself from finding out what they have is to take them out before you can see it.
Here they are again now. Man-cats. Oh, he gets away again.
Some guys have all the luck. Split. What is he doing? I've seen him in this room 1,000 times. He knows which rooms have the chests. Maybe there was a...
Looking for a phone number for one of the ladies?
It's possible. Maybe they made an agreement that they were going to check out all the floors here. Who knows? Can't
blame him for trying to get a phone number.
And to Moist Mogwai, who's listening in, Will said that, not me.
So far, an absolute bust for Split Punched. He hasn't found a single thing but a heal potion.
Yeah, this is, we talked about it. You've got 1 key item left. You've got all the gear and everything in the game you could hope for. Maybe he's hoping he finds Mazza here and that his opponent won't.
Could be. Broadster on the Bridge of Destiny. There it is!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right, so disregard everything we say. He made it.
What do we know? Okay, the crown has been located. That cover, we know this.
Yeah.
Speed Gaming fans, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, we know where all the key items are located now. Split Punched was probably going to put together turning in the crown as the loot, so he knows it.
Wow.
Falconic advantage split?
A huge advantage split, because Brott, like we talked about, there's just no logical reason to go mermaids first. You go left and see if it's on the way. That's
what I would have done, but maybe that's why we're both out of it, Falconic, and I guess that's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah, right now, Split, I'm sure you're listening in the future here. Go ahead and whisper me and tell me how wrong it is.
Yeah. Very good move from Split Puncher. He made the right play. He went directly to the mermaids. He's got the information. If he does the math, he will put together the turning in the crown, should give him the loot. Meanwhile, Broadster had some encounters on the Bridge of Destiny. We did not see our buddy Warmek pop up. He's going to take on Tiamat.
He does have the Bane Sword. What are the chances we see Brott pull out a little bit of the Split flavoring here and try to knock him out in one hit?
Could. Let's see. Attacking physically mostly now. He gets a fast off. 8 hits from the Knight for 270.
He gave it a shot. Brott tried to use the Bane Sword, didn't quite work out. Nuke's going to go out. 195, not a bad roll, about halfway. 288 from the Knight, though. Tiamat on the ropes. Ooh, another 377 doesn't finish it off. Bane. One last chance. I think the Nuke will finish it, though.
Yeah. The Nuke from the Knight, or excuse me, from the Ninja. Level 4 Nuke available on the Ninja. Brott making very, very good use of that. Takes out Tiamat. That's 2 orbs now for Tiamat. He's got the orb lead as of now on Split Punched.
He does. So first orb 27 minutes, second orb 58 minutes. Little slow compared to what I'm sure they'd like to see, but at the same time with what we've seen, he's got plenty of gear at this point. This is really going to hinge on, does he go left?
Yeah. We're hitting the hour mark right now in about 1 minute. We're at 59 minutes. If Broadster heads directly to the mermaids, I think we got one heck of a show. If he does not head directly there, Split Punched will extend his lead probably a little bit. And definitely if Broster doesn't go after there and he takes out Kraken first. So we're going to find out. Big decision, probably the most important part of this match about to happen right now. What will Broster do?
He's going right. I think he's going to make the mermaid play. And if he does, that split lead that we just talked about, maybe not so much. He's got the old lead already. He's going to have his 4th item.
Missing a ribbon. This will probably not lead him back to Northwest Castle in that 2nd ribbon. We'll talk about that later. It could pop up. Meanwhile, Splitpunched honing in on the Fiend of the Water now, Kraken.
I believe if I saw that right, I think Red Zags had Squint, but with 2 ribbons there and some pro rings, I think Split's gonna do just fine. He's about to pull the Kraken here. Alright, so the Kraken fight going off. We're going to lead off with Fast on that Knight. We're going to throw out some Pure 4s. No, we're going to do Zeus. We're going to back that up. We're going to do Fade. We're going to do Nuke, so we're just going on the offensive right off the bat. Nuke lands for 187. Fire 2 coming out from Kraken. That's not quite the same spell going out. Nuke's a little bit more toasty. Fade's going to land for 194. 272 from that. Not bad whatsoever. That's the Excalibur as well doing some work. Ooh, Split. There, we talked about it before. He had that Quad X lined up, and it would have worked because 292 finished it.
Splitpunched lights his 2nd orb. Now we're tied again. 2 orbs apiece. Different, same or different orbs. The Fire Fiend and the Water Fiend. The Fire Fiend and Tiamat. So different orbs.
Different orbs.
Question from Fuchsia in chat about if turning in the crown could lead the ship. Yes, it could, but it's not going to in this case. The ship was located as the incentivization in Castle Ordeals, which Brott was able to dig out.
But Split doesn't know that. So in Split's mind, perhaps he thinks this crown's going to lead to the boat. I'm not going to turn it in just yet. Brott knows that the crown has to give the loot, so he's going to make a beeline when he gets out of here.
That's correct. So that's another pivotal. We've established what Broster did. He's headed toward the crown now. Does Splitpunched head to Castle Ordeals? I wouldn't think so. Having the crown in hand's a lot more, a lot less of an ordeal than going to Castle Ordeals.
Yeah, I would. You check it on the off chance, and then this is going to work out in Split's favor. He's going to turn in the crown. He's going to pick up the loot, and just because of process of elimination, he knows, okay, so my dive into Ordeals, it didn't pay off. No harm, no foul. I don't have to go back there.
Here's my question, Falconic. We're trying to find scenarios where Broster digs up that 2nd ribbon located here in Northwest Castle. Maybe he gets it here when he turns in his crown that he's about to find.
It's very possible. I mean, he is going to be in the area, so yeah, I think there would be no reason not to. You're already here. You're turning it in. You're getting your key item. You have to come here for the loot. Yeah, I think you make the 30-second walk.
Splitpunched picks up his loot from Astos, and if you caught that just a second or two ago, Splitpunched stopped, went directly to his item screen, looked at it for about a 1.5 seconds, and realized, go time.
Yeah, absolute go time. The only thing he's missing is Mazza.
I can't think that he'll find that. I wouldn't, but he's still pretty strong, so we'll see. Time will tell.
We've seen this in plenty of races. One player hasn't hit go mode, so he's checking chests and he finds the good gear and armor. Second player is in go mode. He took a route divergence that got him all the items, so he skips chests that have Power Gauntlet, White Shirt, Mazza. Very well could see that here on Split side. He's going to enter the air floor or the air shrine, and he's not going to check those chests that Brott kind of had to.
Right. Definitely. We'd like to remind you, this is game 2 now. Best of 3 between Broster and Splitpunched. Broster took the first one. It was a couple days ago. He's looking to eliminate, take Splitpunched out here, and move on to the Elite 8 in this tournament. Splitpunched can do everything he can to stay alive and force the rubber match.
It's gonna be a close one. So far, Split's made a few moves that paid off. Brott's made a few moves that played off. At this point, you got to kind of wonder: do any of them feel a little generous? Are they going to play into the fantasy meme race? We've got the Power Bonk. We've got the Vorpal. That's actually one of the point givers. To Power Bonk the Vorpal gets you 2 points.
It is. I can't think that casting exit on the chaos floor would be an option. I don't know why you would ever do that. You work so hard to get your place so well. You make so many good decisions, and you love the game probably too much, unless you're crazy. So
it's possible, but you know,
Yeah.
if there were ever a seed that I could see it happening, it's when you pick up a key item on mermaids and you think there's no way my opponent made that move first.
oh yeah, that's a potential scenario, definitely. Meanwhile, Broadster continues to take the chest. He's going to take the dual trap tiles here. He's going to do the entire Sharknado room. That's interesting.
It is, because what's left? Nothing. Maybe a ribbon?
It's a decent fight. I mean, sometimes you can get 2 gray sharks and a wizard stay head.
Yeah, I gotta think he's still trying to find... He's only got the 1 ribbon. He doesn't know about Northwest Castle yet. There's a 3rd ribbon looming out there. It's not a bad move. Level 4 wall, it's accessible. You don't want to rely on it, though. Alright, so Split. He's on that Lich floor. So, Split, just to look at the times here. Brott lit the first orb at 27 minutes. His second was at 58 minutes. 30-minute gap. Split lit his first at 45, followed it up 15 minutes later at 1 hour. Here he is at 1:06, closing on his 3rd.
Split Punch honing in on Lich now. He is in go mode. He's got everything that he needs and then some to take on the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Taking on Lich now, the Fiend of the Earth.
Yeah, I get the feeling we're not going to see Lich for very long. There's a Zap going
Zap.
on. Well, Zap is a time spell, and there's only one enemy in the game that is immune to time. That is
One enemy who is immune to time in Final Fantasy.
So there you go, 106. All of a sudden, Split's got the orb lead.
3 orbs to 1 enough for Split Punched. He's got the loot. He's got the Mystic Key. 1
3 to
orb
2
left.
for the time being.
Oh, yep, 3 to 2. Thank you.
Yep. Has Split not been to Canaria Castle? He doesn't have his white shirt lit up.
I don't think he didn't go there because we were talking about it with Dwarf Cave, and maybe he just got satisfied. Maybe he forgot.
Possible he made the gamble on Northwest Castle, got paid off in a ribbon. Maybe he's thinking that was his play and it worked, so I don't have to go Canaria. That white shirt's that could come in handy. I don't think we've seen Invis too. If we do, I haven't marked it.
I did not see it on Broster's screen right there.
All right, so that white shirt could come into a bigger play here than usual.
It's definitely not on the Red Wizard for Broster. That's for sure. Meanwhile, Broster taking on his 3rd Fiend now. It's Kraken. He fires out a Fade for Do 90. 124 from the Katana. Kraken not amused. Fights back with Fire 2. Brott not having any of it. Swings the Masmoon into Kraken for 250. Another Fade for 160. Broadster says, enough of this. I'm ending this. Lights his 3rd orb with the Masmoon wielding Knight. 3 orbs, 3 orbs again. We're tied.
Tied up. So at 107, we've got 3 orbs. So a minute difference between the 3rd orb lighting for both players. So that gap that Split had between Brott, that's closed.
Broadster probably going to turn in his crown, double check that he gets the loot now, and then he'll be off to, I believe it was Earth Cave, to try to light his final orb. Split Punched is in the floating fortress now, trying to light his 4th orb.
So here we're going to find out. You mentioned it. We're picking up the loot on Brott's side. Does he take the 30 seconds, or does he just warp out?
Pivotal moment here. Broadster's made all the right calls that he can't know and couldn't know. He's made them all the right ones. This is probably the toughest of the bunch.
Yeah, his levels look good. His gear looks good. He warps out. He's going to miss out on the 2nd ribbon. All right, so here we go. Brott's going to head in. He's going to get his 4th orb. He's going to skip every single chest along the way. He may not even check behind Vampire. With 1 ribbon, I would.
I would.
I actually would pick up a couple of the chests there along the way to the Vampire. Maybe some of the easier ones to get along the way, but
Split punched up in space now, completely flying through this. He didn't check the free chest. He's not checking nothing. He is in hyper speed to take on the Bridge of Destiny and Tiamat.
Yeah, looking level 20 on both sides, it looks like. So I guess if chat really wants to see a War Mech fight, I think Split would take it if he saw it. Go ahead and get out the Bless RNGs. Now's the time to do it.
If I was to guess right now, Split punched with maybe 45-second lead.
Yeah, if there is a lead, it's less than a minute or so.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to decide. One's got a second ribbon, one's got the white shirt.
Yes, that's just where I was going. That's your difference right now. Levels look like they're about the same, right around levels 19 and 20. The Light Warrior Split Punch probably has more levels on his ninja, though.
He does. Then again, Brott's got Mazza.
Mazmoon, located for Broadster as well. That's pretty important. Split Punch will not see that. He does have the defense, a katana, and he's got the game changer, the Vorpal sword.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd see a little bit of memeing from these guys. It's been a pretty popular play lately to drop that Maz out the sky window and kick it out. They're both holding on to it. I think that maybe, despite what we have seen so far, maybe Topher might be a little rough and we see it get some use.
Could be. Split Punch is the first to the Fiend of Air, Tiamat. Using fast. I didn't see any Bane usage here. He's attacking Tiamat. Fade for 94. Round 2. Nukes and fades from Split Punch now, attacking Tiamat. Nuke for 244. Here comes the Knight for 334. Quad Axe from Split Punched. There it is. Split Punch fires Quad Axe. Erased. Terminated. Down goes Tiamat. Split Punch now. Steps away. He lights his fourth orb. But we're going to call it 111.
111 now. Will Bloodworth isn't here, but in his honor, that's a ABC, son.
ABC, son.
All right, Brott. Like we said, not even a minute apart. He's going to take on Lich. He's going to light that fourth orb. And then all of the sudden, we're going to have Topher within a minute. Depending on who has to stock up. I think we already saw Split go back. He's already purchased his spells for his Ninja and his Knight. Did Brott?
I do not believe so. It's level 20 for Split Punch now. Very impressive time here. Broadster's about to knock out Lich, light his fourth orbit. 1 hour, 12 minutes, with multiple loose key items in chests in the game. Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
So to anyone that's kind of new to this, in the Swiss, the fastest we saw was Tristal with 110. The average was usually between 120 to 140-ish, I would say. A lot of the practice runs we've seen from a lot of these players, myself, Will Clips is here, you're starting to see the average is starting to skew up towards the 130 to 150. The fast being at that 130 side, several runs have taken over 2 hours. To be sitting here at 112 ready to go Topher, I'm sorry, Cyclone, you're getting your card revoked. This is a jet seed, and it's all
my average time is 1 hour 45 minutes. Invisibility 2 has been located. It is level 6 in Crescent Lake. Split Punch is getting that right now. Broadster's making his preparations for the Temple of Fiends now. Broadster did take out Lich at 1 hour 12 minutes. A 1 minute difference in lighting the fourth orb for both players.
There we go. Chat pointing out in Biz 2, level 6. Not such a big deal for Brott. He's got the white shirt. Split's got the second ribbon. He doesn't have the white shirt. Stocking up. All of a sudden, like we said, it was a 1 minute difference between lighting the fourth orb. How long is it going to take you to traverse the world, get your magic, get your items, and put your foot in the door there at Topher? Looks like Brott's going to be the first.
Split Punched, led by a minute lighting his fourth orb. Broadster, however, is the first to enter at 1:30:30. Split Punch enters at 1:30:38. 8 seconds. Difference entrance into the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
So here we go. This is the great equalizer. One small thing to point out that may very well be nothing, but it could very well be everything. Brott's coming in with only 84 heal potions. Split took it to 99. We'll see if that makes any difference.
We're definitely going to make a note of that. The other difference is the Mazmoon, the versatile Mazmoon in-game weapon for Brottster. He's also got the white shirt. Split Punched has neither of those, but he's got a second ribbon.
He's got a second ribbon and potentially a third, maybe in the validation chest here. Silver helmet in the left.
Not today.
Money in the right. We did see a race the other day. The chest below Carry, they're not so far out of the way. Doubt we see him today, but ribbon could be there.
Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, Speed Gaming fans, we told you earlier how good these two guys were. They're making it happen and showing you exactly how good they are at this great game, putting on a great show here on Speed Gaming. Thank you for taking us into your home tonight. Will Cleosis here with my Game Changer partner, Falconic FF, Tyrannex, taking care of the tracking, helping us out here in the round of 16. We're still adjusting a little bit. Cyclone GU, our restreamer here for Speed Gaming. Thank you again for bringing us into your homes.
All right, so we have Brott. He is already on that Earth floor. We're going to be seeing Lich 2 here very, very soon. Splits one floor away. He's running into a couple fights here that having a little bit of trouble getting away from, but making some quick time as well. So 8-second difference. All of a sudden now we're starting to see a little bit of a gap now. I'd put it at about a minute right now. Lich 2, no respect. Mazmoon going out, 269 damage. 79 damage going out. That is a low health Lich 2. Absolute low health Lich 2. Brott walks right through it. Split, I can't imagine is going to show any respect whatsoever as well. He's actually taking the Green Medusa fight. This is not a bad play. Get a few levels while you're in Topher. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. They're not going to put out too much damage. Grey Worm's on Brott's side. He's going to run from it, and he's going to make a beeline immediately towards Carry 2. All right, level 21 going out for Split Punch. More worms on Brott's side. Looks like the encounter table's not being a little too friendly here, but he'll make his way here soon. Split catching up. He'll be at Lich 2 here in no time. He's going to find out real quick. Lich 2's a baby.
It could come down to the encounter table here. Watch that water floor. Should the waters pop up, something unrunnable that we haven't seen quite yet could be the difference in this match.
All right, Brott skips those chests by Carry. Not a bad play whatsoever. The chance that that ribbon's there versus everywhere else you skipped, not worth it. Carry 2 pull, here we go. Going full offensive here. I like this play. I like it a lot. If Carry has any sort of nastiness at all, the best way to find out, or to not find out, is to just make quick work of her.
Who?
Yeah, who exactly? Who
that
exactly?
enemy cannot hurt you. Brottster making real good a showing of that, taking out Carry. Now the water floor, what a run for Brott.
That's
he gets ambushed.
Ambushed, Lobster with the cremate, not going to do too much damage, but there's 4 of them, and if they all decide to do it, that adds up quick.
Split Punch now, 1 floor behind. Let's see if he can dispatch of Carry 2 quickly. He's checking his levels, checking his heal potions real quick. Initiates the fight with Carry 2. Meanwhile, another fight for Brott, but he gets away instantly.
Yeah, no ambush, quick run, not too bad. Here is where the game can turn. Kraken 2 loves to hug white mages. And look what we have in the party.
Homing missile. Is that the Vorpal? Nope. Moves the ribbon to the red wizard?
Well, it is a Fade and Nuke caster, so maybe he's thinking, yeah, not a bad play.
Brottster's going to start off with dual fasts. Oh, 550 from the Knight right off the bat into Kraken 2.
All right, so Kraken getting a...
see ya.
Oh,
Call him a cab. Calamari's being served. Kraken 2's down. Brottster steps away now. He's in the Echo with a floating castle. 2 more bad guys to take care of. First up, tie him at 2. Meanwhile, Split Punched. Who's Carry? Never seen it. He's on the... Well, he's a floor behind now.
He's a floor behind. He's got to be a little nervous as to what Kraken 2 might have. We just found out a whole lot of nothing. No absorb whatsoever. Little taste of her own medicine there. Gets hit for 550 damage. Real quick work. Brott's going to be moving on the team at 2.
Here we go. Same strategy it looks like. Fast. Here comes the katana for 100 damage. That's pretty good. He's got like 243 already. Time it not amused, fires out his buddy Kraken's ink.
Yeah, ink's one of those. It's one of those attacks you love to see. It's a free turn for you. Tiamat not having high absorb. These guys are kind of wimps. I'm a little nervous as to what Chaos might have.
We have not seen anything deadly. Cure 4 is out there. Bane. Zap. Oh, gee, there goes Tiamat to see you later. Broadster's having none of it. He is on complete fire, Falconic.
Yeah, his eyes are red. He's just going. There's nothing in this guy's way.
Look at that. Look at that. He just makes a beeline for him. Here we go.
I thought he was. Exit? Is it exit time?
1 hour, 20 minutes. We'll call Chaos Fight Initiation. Split Punch right behind now.
So we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen Nuke. I don't think we've seen Nuclear. We haven't seen Cure 4. Then again, we didn't have a whole lot of time to study any of these fiends.
Swirl, Tornado. We haven't seen really much of anything.
Yeah, it's a very good chance that they were on earlier fiends and we never saw it. There's a good chance that Chaos is, he's going to introduce our runners to a dangerous sea here.
Broadster starting to dig into Warmick now. Fades a couple of nuke blasts. He's deep into him already. Broadster going for the kill. Here comes a couple more nukes. Here comes the Knight for $133. Eat this, Chaos. Nuke for 163. Not amused, though. Chaos fires back with only Ice 2.
So we got about a 35-second difference on the Chaos pulls here.
Nuke for 173. Split Punched is through. He's into Chaos now. He's about 50 seconds to a minute behind.
A little bit of menuing. Now it's going to be about a minute lead. Chaos has nothing out for deadliness right now. Nukes and fades, they're going to wear him down. He's on the ropes. Chaos can't have any more than 500-600 health, maybe?
Brott's going for the kill shot with his Knight. He just used the Power Goblin. Now he's going to attack. He's going to heal the Knight, keeping him nice. There's Swirl. A little bit of damage now. Down goes the White Wizard.
So we got Red Wizard on one knee. We've got Nuke going out. One more hit from him. Knight's power bonked. Cure 4. I like that move. You don't know what the next spell could be. You want to be over 300 health.
There's the Cure 4. Full health for the Knight now. It's time, Broadster. Can he take out Chaos and win this best of 3? Here comes the Mazwood. 75?
75. Red Wizard down. It is absolute man mode here. We're going to power bonk one more time. Quad X ineffective. Next hit. What do you think?
196. Down goes Chaos from the Knight and the Mazwood. Chaos gave Brott some fits.
Wow. So Brott takes game 2, wins the match. He's going to play the winner of Salty Fry and Lord Fizzlebeef. He's got an SRL time, 1 hour, 21 minutes, 45 seconds. Chat, get out your GGs. Absolute masterful run. 121 in this flag set. Wow.
Wow. Meanwhile, Split Punch taking on Chaos now. We're going to see if we can get Broadster in here. We're going to get him an invite over here to the broadcast booth, talk about his victory. Meanwhile, Split Punch taking on Chaos. 111. There goes the Vorpal for 63. Here comes the Knight for $157. Chaos again with Ice 2. We know he's got Swirl. That's coming up pretty quick. Similar fight that Broadster had now. His Knight is very strong, but the rest of his Light Warriors are hurting. Critical hit from the Ninja for 147. Comes the Ninja again now for 196. Ninja's down now for Split Punched. The White Wizard misses, but here comes the Knight. 299, not quite enough. Lightning 2.
Chaos on the ropes again. We know how much health he's got. Chaos can't have too much. Maybe one more good hit here.
And 213, that's it.
Down. Got him.
Down goes Chaos for Split Punch. Just right behind Broadster.
Yeah,
official SRL time, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 11 seconds. Congratulations, Split Punched.
Yeah, you're looking at about an 8-second difference on entering and about a minute and a half between the Chaos kills there. Just a fantastic race. Whew. All right. Well, you want close races. You can't get much closer than that. We had divergent strats or paths that kind of led us to different areas, and yet still found ourselves back at the TOFR at about the same time. So just goes to show that there are different ways to play it, and both of these runners know exactly how they choose to and what works for them.
Okay, we're in contact right now with both players. Splitpunched has decided to go ahead and decline a post-game interview this evening. We're checking with the Broadster right now, and it looks like he's on his way, Falconic.
Yeah, I think I see him in the Discord here, and I believe that's him with us now. Brott, GG.
Thanks. That was a close one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than you know.
Oh, yeah. Broadster, congratulations, GG's. Taken on Splitpunched, a very, very incredibly worthy opponent. You've advanced onto the Elite Eight. We've got some information about your match, but first we want to know, how was your game? Because it was pretty impressive.
I think it just kind of came down to whoever found the that last key item.
Speaking of that last key item there, Will and I, we both commentated, and if you go back and watch it, I think you're going to enjoy it. We both commentated that when you went to the Sea Shrine, both of us would have gone left first. You were down to one last loose item. If you find it along the way, it's great. You didn't do that. Why?
I had one ribbon.
Well, it paid off for you.
That's pretty much the only reason. These flags, like, I haven't practiced these flags at all, but they're somewhat similar to how it was way back at the beginning, where you pretty much had to almost full clear the game. So I expected to have to go everywhere. That's just how we used to do it, right?
Broadster, it's Will. One thing that you did not do was 3 keylock chests at Northwest Castle. That would have given you a ribbon. Your opponent did have that. What you had, however, was the white shirt from Keylocked Canaria. Your opponent did not have that. Also, the Masmoon that you were able to dig out, your opponent didn't have as well. As far as times, you entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour 12 minutes. Your opponent entered at 1 hour 11 minutes. So you entered right at the same time. It was quite impressive.
Oh, wow.
One thing that your opponent saw that you did not was Mancats. They had damage poison, and they caused a lot of trouble in castle ordeals, which your opponent had to actually leave. Cost him a little bit of time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I power cycled to get early encounters, because we had the one okay walk at the beginning, and then there was like 2 quick encounters, if I remember correctly. But I did that because you get them out of the way, right? And if they're not so pleasant, you can always just reset and keep going. And then I believe I believe the loop starts again around Earth floor. I could be mistaken with that, but I think that's roughly when the loop starts over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually a pretty tame floor as well.
Did you have any intention whatsoever of turning in the ruby and finding out what was in those 4 chests?
I don't know. Like, I probably would have checked if C came up empty,
Right.
because it's close to Earth and whatnot. I actually totally forgot to check Northwest Castle. I every once in a while I just forget. I don't know what it is. It's 3 quick chests, but sometimes I just slips my mind, and it obviously it had a ribbon like you guys said, so it oops.
It did, but in hindsight, looking back on it, and we commentated that you're there, you had to do Astos anyways to get the loot. It kind of made sense at the time. It's a 30-second walk, get your items. In a race that we just found out ended within a minute and a half of each other, and the second ribbon, I don't think I saw you cast wall, didn't really come into play.
No, I just thought I'd try and deeps them as fast as possible. Like, my knight had Cure 4. That's so helpful. It's it makes it so much more comfortable going through. If you had life and Cure 4, that would be obviously ideal. But that's why I switched my ribbon to my White Wizard for the Kraken and Tiamat fights, just in case shenanigans happened.
Yeah, Kraken has to have a homing missile for White Wizards. I think we all know that. We've all seen it a million times. Had the crown not popped in Mermaids, obviously you would have done Kraken next. Would you have gone ahead and full cleared that area on the way there looking for that?
Yeah, I would have full cleared water. Then Titan's Cave, if I remember to. Northwest Castle, I totally forgot, so I don't even think I'd go there. And then I do full clear Earth, full clear Marsh, and then I would be probably confused for a while if it wasn't there.
The Ice Cave dive. Picking up the slab and being disappointed more than likely in the incentivized chest. Were you happy with that Ice Cave dive at the time? And the eye with Thunder, were you going to take out the eye a couple times and then got out of there?
I just wanted to see if it was a glass eye. If it was, I'd probably do 3 or 4 fights, maybe get an extra level, and then bounce out of there. But when I saw Thunder, I was just like, nope out of that. But I almost left Ice after checking the incentivized chest. I only had Warp though, and I had 5 charges, which would have got me out, but it's time consuming, and I just like last minute changed my mind. I'll just full clear this, so I don't have to come back, and it paid off with another incentivized item.
Getting that slab and translating it got you tail. Is that near essential for you here in the round of 16?
The what, sorry?
Translating the slab and going to Lefane, tail. No, that was the crystal. Yeah, it gets you the crystal, which of course got you to the tail. How important to you is the tail and class change in this round of 16?
Oh, I think it's not absolutely necessary, but I think it has a lot more with what you find during the game. If you find Cure 4 level 3, or a life spell that a knight can learn, like that makes the tail just so much better. Obviously, if you find the Mass Moon, then the tail is a little less needed. But then if you find the Dragon Armor, then it's right back up there, right? I think the only way I wouldn't look for the tail is if I ended up in go mode without the tail. That's pretty much the only way I would never like go and do a class change. It's pretty important. I especially, like I said, if you find the white shirt, black shirt, dragon armor, etc.
All right, Brott, you actually made 2 pretty big party decisions along the way. The first, when you re-rolled immediately at level 1, and then again, you seemed to Dan the thief pretty early, but then you brought him back. Was it spells, both cases, that made you choose that decision?
I don't play with these like ever, but I know there's some runners here that love them, and I know they have an increased chance for you to run.
Mm-hmm.
My thinking was I'll get some early levels with my party of 3. Him getting destroyed right at the beginning kind of helped with that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But after I got to a level where my spellcasters were comfortable or my fighter was comfortable, I thought I'd revive him, get him some levels for the later in the game when you're just trying to run away from everything.
Right.
I didn't really want a 30 hit point thief running into Temple of Fiends Revisited.
I can imagine.
Broster, congratulations, taking both matches against Splitpunched. You're the first player to qualify for the Elite 8. You're going to move on. You're going to play the winner of Salty Fry and Lord Fizzlebeef. Congratulations to you. My name is Will Cleosis. I'm going to throw it to my partner, Falconic FF of the Game Changers. He is the enforcer. Falconic, take it away.
Face, as always, pleasure working with you. Definitely an honor. I think we make a great pair. Some would say better than the Will Cleosis, Will Bloodworth, but neither here nor there. Brought fantastic race. Taking it 2-0. You're moving on to the Elite 8. It's time to start practicing some new flags here for you, I think. Tyrannix on tracking. Awesome as always. Cyclone, thank you for restreaming. You did a horrible job with the seed. You should feel bad, but we'll forgive you just once. Speed Gaming, everyone that tuned in, thank you very, very, very much. Brott, anything else you got left to say?
No, just back-to-back ships in the Ordeals chest was interesting. That's pretty much it. Ordeals was completely useless in both of our matches.
It'll happen. It'll happen for sure. Will, I think if you have nothing else left to say, I believe your name would be Will Cleosis, my partner in crime. I'm Falconic FF. Hope you guys had a fantastic night watching us here on Speed Gaming 1. Looking forward to the rest of the Sweet 16, and we will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.
Team Vorpal.
Team Vorpal.
Hey, it got me a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sorry, you cut out?
I said that it sold for a lot of money for me.
Yeah, again, your mic is just not working so much, so...
I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything, no.
Yeah.
Is that better?
No.
No, it's so weird. I can hear you now, but that last time...
Yeah, Vorpal. Vorpal. Is that better? Can you hear it now?
Good run, man. Very, very good run.
Thanks for commentating, guys. You guys are great. Have a good night.
Have a good one, man.
Thanks, Proster.